Hey everyone, welcome to the show. I have some updates to share about One America News Network and Fox in regard to the defamation lawsuits that were filed by Smartmatic Voting Company. So last week, a judge rejected a dismissal request from Fox. The judge ruled that the Smartmatic lawsuit can move forward. However, Fox is also countersuing Smartmatic under the New York SLAPP law. So that's the law that prevents frivolous lawsuits from, trying to silence people essentially. And the judge ruled that the countersuit can also continue. So we'll see where that all shakes out. I will definitely let you know when I hear more on that front. As for One America News Network, they appear to be in pretty big trouble. If this is true, they might be in trouble. CNN is reporting that on January 8th of 2021, the president of OAN, which is a man named Charles Herring, he emailed a spreadsheet to Trump attorney Sidney Powell. That spreadsheet contained the passwords of Smartmatic employees. So Smartmatic's attorneys said in a court filing that OAN executives, quote, may have engaged in criminal activities because they, quote, appear to have violated state and federal laws regarding data privacy. Now, unfortunately, they didn't explain how OAN came into possession of this spreadsheet, and they didn't say whether or not, they didn't confirm if the passwords were legitimate. Also, they didn't share the email itself. It wasn't included in the filing. But Smartmatic noted that they obtained the email through the discovery process in this case. And in another court filing, Smartmatic suggested that OAN's founder, Robert Herring, which is the father of the other Herring, he sent either the same spreadsheet or a similar spreadsheet to my pillow man, Mike Lindell. So that revelation came from the former Dominion Voting Systems employee, Eric Coomer, because Coomer, as you might recall, he has filed numerous defamation lawsuits himself. He was targeted by Trump's terrorists over the election fraud lies. So he filed against OAN, against all these different people. And he apparently discovered this correspondence during the discovery phase of his own lawsuit against Mike Lindell. Mike Lindell is one of the people that he's suing. So one of Coomer's court filings states that Robert Herring, which is the father, the founder of OAN, he forwarded an email to Mike Lindell that had been drafted by his son, Charles Herring. That email contained, quote, password information for employees of several voting systems providers. So it could be more than Smartmatic. They could have possession of Dominion. Didn't say that. I'm just assuming based on what it says, several voting systems providers. Those are the two companies that were involved, who were targeted by Trump and his allies. So we'll see what happens. So Smartmatic is now telling the judge, you need to help us out here because this damning information is just the tip of the iceberg. We believe that OAN is withholding information and evidence. Now, OAN is denying all of this. They deny that they had any such spreadsheets, that they shared any spreadsheets or passwords. So we'll see what happens. And I should note too, OAN already settled the lawsuit with Eric Coomer, with the ex-Dominion employee. He had filed against them, as I mentioned. They've settled with him for an undisclosed amount. So the writing's on the wall. They know they have no evidence. They have nothing to back up their claims. So we'll see. And, just to put this in context, because people might see this or hear this and say, okay, so they had passwords. What's the big deal? Imagine this. Imagine if Joe Biden lied and said the election was stolen, and then he tried to illegally overturn the election results. Then imagine that we found out that the president of MSNBC handed over the private passwords of voting machine company employees to a Biden attorney. The right would lose their mind. Their heads would explode. That news would be plastered all over Fear News Network, all over OAN, the Gateway Pundit, every other right-wing trash rag you can think of, Epoch Times. It would be 24/7 wall-to-wall coverage. And it would look shady, right? You would have to say, wow, that's not good, that a quote-unquote news network that's supposed to be unbiased, that's supposed to be telling us the truth, is actually working behind the scenes to try to steal an election. We also have to remember Sidney Powell was down there in Georgia getting access to voting machines. Tina Peters was off in Colorado helping people gain access to voting machines. It happened in Michigan. It happened in a bunch of different states where they got access to voting machines. I don't know if those passwords help them in any way. I don't know if that gives them even further access, but it could. That's something we might find out down the road. So I will let you know when I hear more. Thank you all so much for watching and listening. Please like, share, and subscribe. Please donate if you possibly can. Love you all. Take care. Talk with you soon.